Hey guys, welcome to another video. This week's video is going to be an introduction into FTR racing. If you guys are not familiar, my name is Monica, this is Jacob. I race Woman A and I have been an FTR member for about 5 years, and Jacob has been racing since 1999. So introduction, what is FTR, Jake? Or how is it split up?
It's important to know where your money's going, who's putting on the races. So I'll give you a quick explanation. The Florida Trail Riders is a state sanctioning body, and the individual races are being put on by local clubs. So you've got, in every part of the state, there's a club. Right now we're going to a race that's the Sarasota Area Dirt Riders Association. So if you live somewhere near Sarasota County, Hendry County, or Arcadia, wherever, Manatee, this would be your local club, and they're the volunteers that are putting on this event. But this event wouldn't mean anything if it weren't sanctioned by a series, right? Why would we want to come here? So the Florida Trail Riders exist to sanction these. They have the rule book, they do the sign up and the scorekeeping, and that's what's important to know. So when we go to sign up, we're going to give our money to the club. The club sets the price for the entry fee, and then FTR gets their cut. It's called a head tax.
You have arrived.
So you're giving your money to the club, and then they stamp your entry form paid, and then you move to the FTR sign up trailer, who then takes your information and puts it into the scoring system, so you're scored.
To FTR and you want to sign up, what do you do?
First, if you're new to FTR, the floridatrailriders.org website has a frequently asked question section and a rule book, and a subsection, I'm pretty sure it just says, how do I sign up, or how do I become a member, or who do I contact? And that's important. If you're watching this video, you might have skipped that, but it's worth looking into those things. We have an annual membership or a day membership. The day membership's pretty new. I don't know much about it. I think it's a discounted price. But that way it's not so expensive for a new member to just try it out for a day.
Right.
Yeah.
And some races are AMA sanctioned, so...
I think they all are this season.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good assumption to make that all the races are going to be sanctioned by AMA. So you do have to be an AMA member. You can get that at sign up, but anything you can do before you get here
Makes it easier.
saves a lot of stress.
Scored. So we are scored through a transponder system. So at time of sign up, you'll have the option to buy a transponder as well.
Not an option, you gotta buy it.
Oh, sorry. So you have to buy a transponder, and then you have to stick it either under your helmet visor or on the back of your number plate, and then you're scored electronically using that transponder. So as Jacob said, we're just pulling in. There's a line of cars behind us, and there's also a line of cars in front of us waiting to pay their gate fees. You want to come to a race just to spectate. What do? You
just show up and pay your gate fee for the car.
So at GNCC,
don't come expecting a bunch of good entertainment. A lot of these places are not very spectator friendly.
Something I wanted to point out is at GNCC you pay per person in the car. Here it's just a flat $20 gate fee. All right, we just pulled in, we signed our waiver, and we received our wristbands. So I'm gonna put Jacob's wristband on him, and we're gonna talk about parking and pit riding. Talk about parking.
Parking's kind of every man for himself. Find your friends. If you're new, I would park somewhere close to sign up. There should be signs to follow to go to sign up. That's what I'm looking for right now. They didn't make it that obvious, but I'm gonna find it. Pit riding. The rules are very clear about pit riding. You've gotta be 16, you've gotta have a driver's license. You can ride your race bike to and from the starting line in first gear. But that's it if you're not 16 with a driver's license. If you're riding around for leisure, they're going to disqualify you, or they'll disqualify your dad or your mom, whoever else is riding. So take that seriously.
Not worth it.
Yeah, we just bring your bicycle.
Yeah.
Or walk.
This is what the parking area is looking like. Just walked through the vendor area. We're looking for sign up.
Yeah, there's not gonna be any clear way to say this right here is sign up. You got to kind of look around. You'll see the FTR trailer is always the same. So once you get used to seeing that, you'll know what it looks like. And then the club sign up is always just near it, like within sight of it.
Jake, tell us what you're filling out right now.
An entry form.
So you got to fill out your name, your address, phone number, FTR number, AMA number. And if you have a kid, you have to sign the minor release form. Also, membership forms here. These are the forms. We're walking over to the club trailer with our entry form. Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Great.
Jacob is going to pay his entry fee.
This is the...
Alright, you guys have fun today.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. And now we're going to walk over to the FTR trailer. Now tell us, what's the point of going to the FTR trailer?
Well, now we've paid the club for our entry, but now we need to get in the scoring system. That's what this is. They're going to take our entry and they're going to type me into the pre-modern A class, and now I'll be registered to race.
Sweet. Why you have to wear your wristband. If you're not wearing it, you can't go to the starting grid. I'm recording.
That's fine.
The list of things to do is, after you've signed up, you're gonna go through tech before you head out to practice. Tech doesn't have a specific location, right, Jake?
Right. So let's see what we're doing here. These guys are going through, they're waiting in line. That guy's inserting a rod into their exhaust pipes to double check for a spark arrestor.
Let's walk closer.
Now, you can't just shove something into your exhaust and expect to pass the rod test. It also has to be stamped U.S. Forestry approved spark arrestor. Okay, now if you have an FMF turbine core 2-stroke, it usually won't pass the test, but it still is stamped. It's just a different kind of arrestor. It's not a screen, it's something else. And then also as you go through there, it's going to check your transponder, and they're checking to make sure that your numbers and backgrounds on your bike match what it says your class is. That's a Super Senior C rider. That is a B200 rider. We have color and letter designation.
Yeah.
So they're checking that. And they have a sound testing thing too. We have a sound limit in the rule book. They don't test them often, but make sure that you're not too loud, or if they're testing, you're going to get turned away.
Yep, that's tech. After you sign up, you get one practice lap, and I'm just standing here in the field waiting Jake to go off. You can see them over there standing in the distance, getting ready to go off. And they're going to make their way through the field, and the scoring chicane is actually over there where those 2 yellow flags are. Do that.
Okay, Sunday morning, I want to walk through a morning procedure for everybody. I'm going to flip the... As we talked about earlier in the video, these guys and girls are going through tech inspection. And then we get a practice lap here in the Florida Trail Rider Series. Everybody gets a practice lap. And if you decide the course is unsafe, you can get your money back. So those people are all waiting to practice. It starts in... I was supposed to start a minute ago, but... anyway, so that's practice. And the reason I want to be out here, I'm going to walk over where it's quiet. Okay, we're going to talk about the starting procedures and starting rows. You see these lines on the ground? You see these signs on the post. Vet A, Senior A. It's for the morning race. Double A is for the afternoon race. Super Senior A morning race. A open for the afternoon race. And these are going to go down generally by skill and age designation. So if you're racing on this line, you are going to start with your bike there, and then you're gonna walk up here. When the horn blows, you run to your bike. That's why there's an extra row here with no sign, because this is where the front line starts. They did a great job. So don't be intimidated. This gets so crowded, especially in the morning race. But don't be intimidated. Just look for your row and line up. And I'm going to explain classes and numbers and backgrounds designations here in a second. Let's talk about how many races we have. Saturday morning we have Pee Wee races. Saturday mid-morning we have minis. That's the 65s and the 85s, and they race on the big track. There's a Pee Wee track for the Pee Wees. Then Saturday afternoon we have the vintage bikes, the juniors, and I think that's about it, but that's the Saturday afternoon bike race. And then late Saturday afternoon we have the quads. So there's 4 races on Saturday, and on Sunday we have 2 races. At 10:30 we have the age designation classes. It starts at vet 35 and goes all the way up to I think 66. So any age class, any age you are over 35, you want to race in the morning race, which generally the course will be a little easier, a little bit cooler outside, you get to leave sooner, maybe in the morning race. And the afternoon race is AA, and those are displacement designations. The exception is the 30 plus class is kind of a late addition. The morning race is kind of crowded, so that they race, I'm in the 30 plus class, they race this in the afternoon, but it's the only one that's not a skill designation. All right, I'm going to talk about backgrounds and numbers. If you want to know if your number is taken, you email, I think, the scorekeeper or the business manager. They'll tell you if your number is taken. Otherwise, your best bet's to come here with like some duct tape maybe your first time and just make some numbers, you know, whatever you can get. We have colors and letters. Everybody has to have the right color and letter on their bike. And don't worry about learning everything. It can be intimidating if you're new, but eventually you'll be able to look at everybody's in. Red is vet C, vet C. This guy has no letters on his bike. It just says 80, vet. So he's probably gonna get, oh, he's got a B on the front. There's vet B. There is senior in the morning race. You'll see, whoa. You'll see green plates are senior in the morning race and 250 in the afternoon race. So that guy is either 40 years old racing in the morning, or he is less than 40 years old, he's racing in the afternoon. The black's gonna be master in the morning, or golden master. It's one of the older classes in the morning, or it's the 200 class in the afternoon. Blue is gonna be the master class. So this person is between 50 and 55 years old, I believe. There's no letter on his bike. Oh, that's 39B, I thought it said 398. Silver B, silver master B. Yellow in the morning is women, yellow in the afternoon is open. So she's a woman, that's going to be 22 vet women. 44 golden master B. Silver master B. Blue A, master A. Silver master B. So there are some that repeat from the morning to the afternoon. In the morning, red is AA, and then yellow's open. You'll have yellow ABC. You'll have green ABC, that's 250, and you'll have black ABC, that's 200. But so there's no overlap in any of the races, there's just overlap from the races. I hope I explained that well. So you need to look in the rule book before you come and find out at least what color you need, and then find out somehow if your number's available by talking to the business manager. So, I'm with Stacy. We're in tech inspection, and I'm going to show you guys what she's doing here at tech inspection. So I already showed you, we're putting the rod in for the spark arresters, and you are doing what?
What I'm doing is I'm watching the transponder read from them and making sure that the numbers and the background color and the letters are matching on the bike.
Yep, I'm going to turn to show you. That reader up there is reading the transponder, and here it is showing that was 186 SA, so silver A. She's looking for a color and a letter.
Right, if they have the spark arresters.
All right, so we got a 20, it should say 25 SA. 25 SA, there we go. Who's next? I should say 5GB, 5 green V. That's it, and this is important. A lot of series don't enforce this, but our series takes it seriously. They want to know if they see you out on the course, they want to be able to radio and say this person is broke down or hurt or whatever. And it also helps if you're getting passed. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you.
You're going to be on the course at the same time as a lot of other people, but you're not racing against all these other people. So if you look behind you and you see somebody with a different color background or a different letter, that's when you yield. I mean, if they caught you, it's polite to yield. Let's transition into, if you are new here, you're going to get lapped. You should not try to race against the people that are lapping you. If you start, let's say you're 40 years old and you're a C rider, and you start in Vet C, you're going to get lapped by the Vet A riders. And they don't want to bump into you. Everybody here is waiting for practice. And they're going to let everybody go. They try to space everybody out, a couple riders at a time, so it's not all bottlenecked. Doesn't always work that way, but they try. Let's go talk to these girls, see how they feel about practice.
Is it just one or?
What are you guys doing?
Oh, we're talking about Kelsey's hands. Jake's vlogging.
Okay, this is the start of the morning race. Vet A, Senior A, Super Senior A, Master A, Silver Master A, Women B, no, Women A. See how every row is following these guidelines here. And they're going to start in 1-minute intervals. All right, this is the first row just went. I'll show you guys how this works. People are holding their bikes. Riders are lined up here. Starter gives you a 30-second and a 10-second warning. We are out here at the finish line of the track. You'll be zigzagging through a scoring chicane. You're going to run under the transponder reader there. And somewhere after you run through there, you're going to have a chance to look at this big TV. And this TV is going to tell you what place you're in, your number, and your name, how far you're behind. I can't remember if it tells you how far behind the next person or how far behind the leader. I think it's the next person. And then right after that, and remember this is all going to be in different places, but right after that somewhere is going to be a pit row. So you can have a Y, there's going to be a sign that says race pit. Looks like they're running you maybe through this, you're on this side of the silk fence, on that side of the ribbon, and then that'll come back together. You get a white flag when it's the last lap, and you get a checkered flag when you're done. Simple stuff. We only have two kinds of arrows in the FTR series. We have double green arrows, and we have orange arrows. See that tree out there? You have to be within 20 feet of an orange arrow, and you have to go in between double greens, always. 20 feet orange, between greens. Easy peasy.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope Jacob did a great job explaining all of the things about FTR, which I'm sure he did. If you have any additional questions, be sure to check out the FTR rulebook before you go on the FTR Facebook page and you ask the same questions. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.